In this video, we will be focusing on evaluating functions for nonlinear functions. Remember, previously, in the previous video, we talked about evaluating a function for a specific value just means to substitute that value in for x. So let's look at number 1. Number 1 says f of x equals 2x squared plus 10, and we want to evaluate f of 3. So we're just going to plug in this value of 3 in for every x. So instead of writing 2x squared plus 10, we're going to write 2 times 3 squared plus 10. Now when we evaluate this, we want to follow our order of operations. So first look in the parentheses, it's just a 3, can't do anything with that, go on to the next part. And we need to take care of the exponent. So we have to take care of this exponent first. 3 squared means 3 times itself, which is 9. So we do 2 times 9 plus 10. Now we can multiply. 2 times 9 is 18. 18 plus 10 is 28. Again, just as the previous video that we looked at for the linear functions, we can also write this answer as f of 3 equals 28. This is your x, this is your y. All right, number 2 says f of x equals x squared minus 2x. Determine f of 4. So we are going to take this 4 and plug it in for every x that we see. So we have 4 squared minus 2 times 4. Again, follow your order of operations. In the parentheses, we just have the values of 4. We can't do anything with just a number, so we move on to exponents. So we have to take care of our exponents first. 4 squared means 4 times itself, which is 16. Now we can multiply. The 2 times the 4 is 8, and subtract those together. 16 minus 8 is 8. And that is our answer. Number 3, same thing. If we have g of x equals 3x squared minus x squared, we are going to take this 5 and plug it in for x. So instead of writing 3x squared, we're going to write 3 times 5 squared. And then minus, instead of x squared, we're going to write 5 squared. Follow your order of operations. There's nothing to do in the parentheses, but we can do our exponents. 5 squared means 5 times itself, which is 25. So this is 3 times 25 minus 5 squared again is 25. 3 times 25 is 75 minus f of x equals x squared minus x. Determine f of negative 5. So wherever we see an x, we're going to plug in negative 5. So we want negative 5 squared minus negative 5. We do have to bring down this minus sign along with plugging in the negative 5. All right, do your order of operations next. So we want to take care of those exponents. Negative 5 squared is a positive 25. Anytime you square something, it's always going to be a positive. And then we have this minus a negative, which is really just plus. 25 plus 5 is 30. And that is our answer. Number 5. G of x equals 2 to the x plus 1. Evaluate g of 3. So wherever we see an x, we're going to plug in a 3 instead. Now this little x here is called an exponent. So this is 2 to the power of 3 plus 1. 2 to the power of 3, or 2 cubed, means 2 times itself 3 times. 2 times 2 times 2 is 8. So this is really 8 plus 1, which is 9, our answer. Number 6, same thing. We're just going to be plugging in for x. If f of x equals 1/3 of 4 minus x all squared, what is the value of f of negative 5? Plug in negative 5 for x. So we have 1/3 of 4 minus x is negative 5 squared. Follow your order of operations. So this time we actually have something in the parentheses to take care of. 4 minus negative 5 means 4 plus 5, which is 9 squared. Now we can take care of exponents. 9 squared is 81. And then lastly, a third of 81 means 81 divided by 3, which is 27. Two more problems. Number 7, f of x equals 3 times 2 to the x and g of x equals 2x plus 3. Evaluate f of 3 minus g of 1. So for this first one, we're going to plug in 3 for x. We have 3 times 2 to the third power. Take care of the exponent first. 2 cubed means 2 times itself 3 times. 2 times 2 times 2 is 8, as we saw in example number 6. And then 3 times 8 is 24. Next one, g of 1, we're going to plug it into g of x. So this would be 2 times 1 plus 3. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 plus 3 is 5. So if we want to find f of 3 minus g of 1, f of 3 minus g of 1, we just subtract these answers. 24 minus 5 gives us 19. Last example. Let's skip to the evaluate part, what we actually are evaluating. We're going to plug in -3 wherever we see an x in that f function, and we are going to plug in a 2 into the g of x function. So we're going to write -3 squared plus 4 times -3 minus 18 and simplify. We've got to do our exponents first. -3 squared is 9. Again, anytime you square something, it will always be a positive number. 4 times -3 is -12, and then minus 18. So now we have 9 minus 12 minus 18 gives us -21. For the other problem, we have 6 times x minus 9, and we're plugging in a 2. 6 times 2 is 12. 12 minus 9 is 3. And now we want to divide those values. -21 divided by 3 gives us -7.